Old school Pokemon here. Today's video, I'm going to be going over all of my 2022 numbers with everyone. So basically, how much I sold, how much I purchased, and then how much I actually made selling Pokemon cards on eBay throughout 2022. Before we hop into that, I do want to point out this while we're looking at the kind of homepage to my eBay store. Finally crossed this 100,000 items sold threshold. I was personally really excited about that number right there. This is lifetime sales from my eBay store. So since I created this eBay account back in January of 2016, and this doesn't factor in unique orders. This is just total items sold. So if someone comes in and purchases 10 cards within one order, that counts as 10 items. It's not one item because of their order, but I was really excited by that number right there. It was like a slow New Year's Eve countdown when I finally reached like 95,000. Really happy to have hit that number. Now the next goal is 200,000 items sold, which at my current pace should take me about 2.5 years if I keep this pace up. But so yeah, wanted to point that out. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop right into this. We're going to start off by looking at the My eBay sales metric page. And as you can see, I have this set up for last year, January 1st, 2022 through December 31st, 2022. Total sales on eBay throughout 2022, $690,574.73. Quantity sold throughout 2022, similar to the 100,000 items sold. This is total items sold. So again, if someone comes in and purchases 10 items in one order, that counts as 10 items with this number right here. But 36,785 total items sold throughout 2022. That is a little bit above 100 items every single day. Now, obviously, some days are less than that, some days are a lot more than that, but I was really surprised by this number right here, so I thought that was really good. Average sale price per item, $18.77. This metric, I'm not a big fan of this metric just because of what I'm selling. I do sell a few higher end cards, but then the bulk of my business is all low end cards, sub $10 cards. So those higher end cards really skew the average sale price per item. But as you can see, $18.77 is the average sale price per item. And then another thing I wanted to point out here were the total sales via auction listings versus the total sales via buy it now listings. So as you can see right here, total sales via auction listings, $245,966.98. The majority of these sales through auction listings are going to be my eBay consignments. So I did want to point that out right there. And then as you can see right here, total sales via fixed price listing, buy it now listings, $444,607.75. Now, these are going to be the majority of my sales. I do have a few people that I consign through buy it now listings, but for the most part, the majority of my consignments are through the auction listings. So just to kind of give you guys kind of an idea on what's actually mine versus what's consignment, that gives you a rough idea right there. One other thing I wanted to point out here before we hop into the actual spreadsheets is I wanted to point out, just kind of give you guys a quick overview on some of my top performing listings throughout 2022. By far, the best performing listing throughout 2022 was this Detective Pikachu 2-card booster pack. These were the promo packs that were handed out at movie theaters back during the Detective Pikachu movie. And as you can see, throughout 2022, I sold 2,318 of those booster packs for a total of $7,729.53. After you subtract all of the taxes and my selling costs, basically the final value fees, promoted listing fees, any shipping labels that I used to mail all of these orders, you're left with a net sale total of $4,913.29. And then finally, you have to subtract my cost from that as well, which I paid $1 per booster pack. So if you subtract another $2,318, you're left with right around $2,700 in profit just off of this one booster pack. So I was blown away by that number. I purchased a whole bunch of these promo booster packs back a while ago, and I thought they would do well, but I didn't know they would do this well. I've been selling at least 1 or 2 of these every single day. Some days are 10, 20 of them, but at least 1 or 2 are going out every single day. So that was really cool to see right there, and I do still have a decent bit more of these Detective Pikachu 2-card booster packs. So this will probably remain my #1 listing in 2023, I would imagine. We'll see how that turns out. But as you can see right here, the other top performing listings, a lot of Celebration stuff. We had Celebrations booster packs, we had the Jumbo Pikachu V Union, we had the Pikachu V Sword and Shield promo, we had the Pikachu V Union promo set, we had the Dragapult Prime promo right there, we had the Dark Sylveon promo. So a lot of Celebration stuff made kind of the top performing listings, and that's also because I had a lot of quantity of those cards too, so that definitely helped out right there. But anyway, I wanted to point that out real quick because I thought that was kind of interesting. But let's go ahead and hop into the actual spreadsheet here. So this is the spreadsheet that I use to keep track of all my monthly numbers, and then at the end of the year I combine all of those numbers into this spreadsheet to kind of give me my year in review for taxes. So like I said, total eBay sales throughout 2022, $690,810.60. Total PayPal sales throughout the year, $68,677.44. Total TCG Player sales, $30,576.30. Now, TCG Player is interesting because I just started out on TCG Player this past year. So I set up my TCG Player store in January 2022. I became eligible for the TCG Player Direct program in either late February, early March 2022, so it was fairly quickly, and then I've just been grinding away on TCG Player ever since. So this number right here does take into consideration all of the TCG Player fees, so it's my net sales after all of the TCG Player fees without factoring in any of the shipping costs. That's my net sales after all of the fees, which I was really surprised by. I did not realize that number would be so high, considering the vast majority of cards that I'm selling on TCG Player are going to be sub $1 cards. It's all modern bulk cards, cards that I don't want to list on eBay. I do sell booster boxes, booster packs, stuff like that as well on TCG Player. It's not nearly as many of those kind of modern sealed products as it is the individual cards. So the bulk of this figure right here is probably coming from those individual cards I'm selling. It's a lot of orders every day and a lot of cards going through TCG Player Direct. So hopefully in 2023 we can keep this pace up with TCG Player and continue expanding TCG Player a little bit more. Next up, we have the total Shopify sales. So these are sales directly through my website. I built my website in, I believe it was September. It might have been early October of 2022. So the website is fairly recent. I've been going back and forth with what I want to do with the website. My original goal for the website was to cross everything that I have listed on eBay onto the website. However, I'm kind of having second thoughts about that, and I think I might go back to just using the website for modern sealed product. Haven't fully decided on that just yet, but that's still a work in progress. But as you can see, total sales through the website, $7,529.19. And similar to the TCG Player sales, this is after the Shopify fees. Shopify does take a fee. It's a very minimal fee, but this is after my net sales after all fees on Shopify. Total Troll and Toad sales. Now, Troll and Toad, I was part of the Troll and Toad Evo program. I gave that up. I thought it was the end of 2021, but it was actually the beginning of 2022 is when I gave that up. So I received my last payout from Troll and Toad beginning of 2022, $303.55 right there. Going forward into 2023, this column will be eliminated. Not going to be selling on Troll and Toad anymore. Next up, we have total Whatnot sales, $11,215.97. And again, similar to Shopify and TCG Player, this is my net sale total after all of the Whatnot fees. And similar to Troll and Toad, this is another column that's going to be eliminated going into 2023. Probably not going to continue selling on Whatnot. Probably just going to stick with eBay auctions. I've been doing well with my eBay auctions, my kind of daily single card eBay auctions, and I do want to keep that up. So Whatnot is probably going to be going into in 2023. Next up, we have total EPN payment, eBay Partner Network. This is the affiliate links that I have in the description of my YouTube channel. I also use them for Instagram stories and have them in my link tree as well. $2,911.48 for 2022. This number is actually quite a bit lower than it was in 2021, and the reasoning for that is that the majority of people who are clicking my affiliate links are coming through YouTube. And 2022, I basically gave up on YouTube for the second half of the year. So from July to December, I really didn't have much going on with YouTube. And so the affiliate links weren't getting nearly as many clicks. So that number is definitely lower than it was in 2021. And similar, AdSense. So AdSense, similar story. This is basically the ads that are playing within my YouTube videos. In total, I made $422.97 off of those ads right there. And again, I pretty much gave up on YouTube the second half of the year, so really didn't have any new content, and hopefully we can improve those numbers going into 2023 now that I'm back on YouTube. So anyway, if you add all of those numbers up, my total income for the year, $812,447.50. Now we just subtract some of the more essential expenses, expenses that I really can't do anything about lowering. So first off, we have all of the eBay fees, so final value fees, promoted listing fees, insertion fees, scheduled listing fees, all of that stuff, plus the eBay shipping. So the shipping that I purchased through eBay to mail all of my eBay orders. $112,055.78. Next up, we have to subtract the sales tax that eBay collects on the buyer's behalf, because my total eBay sales figure does factor in the sales tax. So you do have to subtract that out. $35,242.08 right there. Total PayPal fees for sales directly through PayPal goods and services, $2,261.11. Indicia postage, this is the postage program that I use to print all of my sales directly through PayPal or all of my sales directly through TCG Player. So in total, I spent $7,840.60 on postage for all of those sales throughout 2022. Next up, we have FedEx, UPS, and USPS postage. So basically, anytime I go into the post office to mail something out, which is usually when I want to mail something express or overnight mail, and then anytime that I'm mailing something FedEx or UPS, which doesn't happen too often, but it does happen on occasion. So throughout the year, $2,375.11 for all of that. Postage scale fee, like I said, I use a program called Indicia to print all of my TCG Player and PayPal orders. That program does have a monthly fee. It's right around $16 a month. So in total, $197.40. And then finally, consignment payouts. So basically what I paid all of my consignees throughout 2022, $299,194.21. Add all that together, you come out with a total of $459,166.29. Now let's get into the actual purchases throughout 2022. First off, just a few annual things that I pay pretty much every year. 2021 taxes, I paid $350. Canva subscription, this is the program that I use to create all of my YouTube thumbnails. $119.40 for the year. Patreon membership, I'm subscribed to Rusty over at TCA Gaming, and then SM Pratt, $420 for the year. Next up, we get into some of my more exciting purchases. So I work with two distributors. The first distributor, I paid $40,468.33 throughout the year. Second distributor, I bought $35,761.80 worth of product throughout the year. So both distributors are about even in 2022. We'll see what happens in 2023. I would definitely like to start increasing the amount of product that I'm buying from both of these distributors. So it'll be interesting to see how these numbers compare at the end of 2023 compared to 2022. Next up, we have some grading. So for PSA grading, I spent $27,119 in 2022. CGC grading, I spent $5,787.50 in 2022. Moving forward into 2023, CGC is probably going to become a lot less or just eliminated altogether. Now that PSA has kind of gotten back on track, they're starting to lower their pricing, they're starting to have quicker turnaround times, definitely planning to submit the vast majority of cards that I have to grade into PSA over CGC. So yeah, PSA is definitely going to increase, CGC is definitely going to decrease. Next up, we get into some of my purchases throughout the year. So eBay purchases. These are mainly going to be a lot of shipping supplies. All of my bubble mailers, bubble wrap, packaging tape, graded card sleeves, all of that stuff are purchased on eBay. I also purchased a few collections through eBay throughout the year, but in total on eBay I spent $17,349.19. Total PayPal purchases, so these are purchases that I made through either people reaching out to me directly, or the vast majority of those purchases are from posts that I saw on Facebook, and we were able to work out a deal and I was able to purchase that collection. So a lot of collections through Facebook this year. But in total, $65,225.86. Next up, we have auction house purchases. So this is PWCC, Heritage, Golden, Rare Candy, any of those like non-eBay sites that you would use to purchase cards. $36,898.24 throughout the year. And then finally, we have Cash App, Venmo, Wise, Zelle, basically any other payment method besides PayPal. $53,734 throughout the year. Shipping supplies and office supplies. So this is basically anything that I purchase off of Amazon. So like I said, I purchase a lot of my shipping supplies through eBay, but I do purchase some of my shipping supplies through Amazon as well. It just depends on where I can get the cheapest price point. And then office supplies like ink for my printer and all of that fun stuff. $2,303.78. Other purchases. So this is similar to like office supplies, but like not like essential office supplies. So like new chairs that I buy or different bins that I use. This is where I kind of categorize all of that stuff. $1,921.91 throughout the year. Finally, we get into some of the in-person events, the costs to go to those in-person events and actually vend. So 2022, I did a few of the Collecticon shows. My total cost for tables and cases was $2,115, and then my total cost for all of my flights and hotels was $6,281.35. Now, if you add all of those numbers up together, you come out with a grand total of $295,855.36. So if you want to figure out the total profit for the year, you're going to take this total income number, subtract the total expenses number, subtract the total purchases number, and you're left with a total profit for 2022 of $57,425.85. Overall, I was pretty happy with this number right here. My original goal when I quit my full-time job and decided to do Pokemon as a full-time thing was I wanted to be making roughly $60,000 per year. So far, 2021, 2022, I've been able to hit that goal. So overall, pretty happy with that number right there. You might be looking at my total income figure and my total profit figure and realizing that the percentage-wise, that's a really, really low percentage. As you can see right here with my little pie graph, it's only a 7.07% profit margin throughout 2022, which definitely seems really, really low. And the reasoning why this is such a low number is because, for one, I did a few high-end consignments. So any consignment that I have that sells for over $5,000, I charge the actual eBay fees plus a 2.5% commission to myself. So on that $10,000 sale, I'm only making a 2.5% commission. So that definitely plays into that number right there. And then the other bigger reason is because I purchased a lot of stuff in 2022, and I was really, really bad about actually going through that stuff, getting it listed right away. I would basically go through the one collection, take out some of the bigger cards that I either want to grade or that I want to list as raw cards, and then everything else would kind of get set aside for another date. And I really never got to those other cards that I had set aside in 2022. So I wrote off the entire purchase of that collection because I purchased it in 2022, but the sales from that collection, I really haven't seen all those sales just yet. So 2023, I'll see those sales, but I won't have that write-off. So 2023 should be a much bigger percentage-wise profit margin. At least that's how it should work in theory. But anyway, those are all of my numbers for 2022. Like I said, overall, pretty happy with those numbers right there. Hopefully we can continue growing into 2023. And moving forward, now that we're in a new year, as I'm recording this video, today is February 1st. So I'm going to be creating a January sheet that looks just like this with just all of my January numbers. I will be doing a video on each monthly breakdown going forward. So within the next couple of weeks, you'll see my January breakdown. And then once we get into March, I'll create a February sheet and do a video on my February breakdown and so on and so forth. I do want to get back into doing these videos on a monthly basis, but I figured I'd start things off by going over my kind of year in review and going over all of my 2022 numbers. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.